It'll do. Oh crap. That's lovely. I'm about to be late. Okay. Hey guys, this is a get ready with me. I don't have another name for this. So that's just what it's gonna be called. Yeah, if you want to see how I did this look, then let me know. And I left out eyebrows and putting on eyelashes because that just takes a long time. But if you guys want to see separate tutorials for those, I can always do that. And please make sure that you subscribe and thumbs up my video, and I'll see you in the video. Okay, to begin with, I'm going to be putting Too Faced primer all over my face. This is the Hangover. And I just take it and put that all over my face, smooth it around, and let it absorb. Then I'm going to be taking Thomas Roth Skin to Die For. And I put this on my nose and my problem areas where my pores are really noticeable. Then I'm taking the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I'm the color Bisque. And I just put that all over the face, especially on my cheeks and areas where I'm really red, but I'm also red all over, so that's why I put it all over my face. Then I'm using Dior Skin Forever Perfect Foundation, and I just take 2 pumps of that and put it all over my face and blend it in with the Vanish Stick Foundation. I just continue to do this, and it really makes everything very seamless, and I love this duo. Shout out to Jaclyn Hill for introducing it in her videos. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I put that in the triangle shape underneath my eyes and everywhere else on the face to highlight, like I'm doing in a second, where I put it on my forehead and then down my nose and then eventually on my chin. Okay, bring it down kind of above my lip, just because I hate that contrast where it's dark on my lip and then it's like light underneath my eyes, so I just do that to make it look a little more natural. Okay, now I'm dipping into the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm using my Pro Beauty Blender that I've been using the entire time. I forgot to mention that it's the actual beauty blender. I just recently bought it and I love it, but I press that underneath my eyes before my concealer creases, and it really, really helps to set everything and brighten it. And now I'm taking my Park Avenue Princess palette. I just recently bought this and love it. I use it for contouring and also for brightening underneath my eyes. I'm taking the lightest shade. That's the yellow one. And then I'm just putting that underneath my eyes with a Morphe brush. And I will list all of the brushes below in order of how I use them, because I don't have the name next to me right now. And I also put it in the other places that I highlighted, like my forehead, nose, sometimes in my chin. And I press that beauty blender on my forehead because gotta get them wrinkles, honey.
No. I don't think so. You gotta go eat, honey. Okay, wait. I just caught this one. I didn't get none. I should have tasted it.
Okay, now I'm going to be using my Cover FX Perfect Setting powder, translucent. And I just take a big fluffy Morphe brush and apply that all over my face, really light, because I don't want it to be too cakey. I always tap off the excess. And I just put it everywhere that I didn't put that really light powder from the Park Avenue Princess palette to make sure everything's set and in place. Now I'm taking my bronzer brush from Morphe And I'm going to be using my Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula and applying that on top of my cheeks. And blending that out and making it look really seamless. This is one of the best bronzers I've ever owned. It's very, very natural looking, and it makes your face glow, and it works for every skin tone I've seen it on so far, and it just works beautifully to warm everything up. I prefer it over any bronzer I have. And I also take that all over the forehead almost. I leave like some like a light area kind of in the middle where I've highlighted, but I do kind of go over that because I do want it to be a little bit more dark than the rest of my face. And also my jawline. I contour my jawline, but I also like to put some bronzer just to warm it up, and to take it down on my neck too. Okay, and now I'm going to be taking Princess Cut from the Park Avenue Princess palette, and I'm going to be contouring with that color. It's like a perfect neutral brown. It's kind of got like a little bit of a gray tone to it, but nothing harsh. I just think it looks perfect on every skin tone. And so yeah, I'm just using that. It blends out smoothly, and like I said, this is my new like favorite contour palette. I just take that around the edges of my forehead, and in the hollows of my cheeks, and I do my jawline and my nose. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do is to contour the jaw. I don't know why, but I love just like a chiseled looking jaw. Something about it is just like, yes, just love it. And now I'm taking a big fluffy brush. This is a powder brush that I got from Sigma, the Mrs. Bunny collection. I think it's no longer available. But I'm just taking that big powder brush that came in the set and blending everything out to make sure there's no harsh lines from the contour. And I also take my little blending brush that I got with my Naked 3 palette, I want to say. And I just think that the fluffy end of that is perfect for like contouring, so I take that down my nose and just do light strokes with that. I put it on the end of my nose. I'm not a pro at contouring the nose, honestly, but I tried doing the snatch nose thing one time and that looked terrible, so I just kind of do like a natural looking thing where I just take like a little bit and kind of shape it. Okay, I'm taking my go-to favorite blush. This is like my ride or die blush, has been since I bought it. It's the NARS Sin Blush. It's a really pretty mauve with some gold flakes in it. And I'm using a Morphe blush brush. And just blend that upward towards my hairline. Okay, now I'm going to be using a primer on my eyes. Use the Stay Don't Stray by Benefit. I really love this primer. And I am using that same Naked 3 brush because I like to take it up towards my eyebrows so I can kind of carve out my eyebrows at the same time that I prime my eyebrows. I just find that it's much easier to do. Okay, now I'm taking that light yellowish white shade and just setting the primer with that all over my eye with a fluffy Morphe brush. Okay, now I'm going to take my new favorite palette. This is the Violet Voss Pro Holy Grail palette. I'm taking a big Morphe brush. It's a blending brush. And I am going to be using Bestie as a transition color. And I just blend that with light motions back and forth. in the crease. And I'm taking a big fluffy brush. It's basically the same, but the other one was made of natural hair, I think. I believe this one is synthetic. And I'm using Are You Kidding Me? Tapping off the excess. And basically doing the same motions and just layering that over that transition color. Okay, now I'm taking a smaller blending brush from Morphe. And I'm taking that Brownie Points dark brown in the far left corner of the palette and just putting that right below those two shades I just layered and really deepening that brown very lightly too. I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm focusing on the outer corner of the crease. I'm also taking just a little bit of it and bringing it down on the lid because I'm going to darken the outer corner of my lid more towards the end. And now I'm just blending that out and ensuring that it's all really buffed out and nice and pretty. And I clearly don't realize that my hair looks crazy on the left side of my head. Okay, and right now I'm also taking the NYX Glitter Primer. This is like a must-have for me. And I'm going to be using the Cool Beans Shadow in the Holy Grail palette, and I'm just tapping that on my eyelid with clearly the wrong brush. I'm using that brush that I just used to put on my primer with, and I'm putting Cool Beans all over my eyelid. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking a smaller, more packed little brush that's a lot more dense, and I'm going to be really packing on that Brownie Points eyeshadow on the outer corner of my eye and blending it with a Cool Beans to make sure there's no harsh line between the two. Okay, now I'm going to be taking my Stila Kitten Karma liquid eyeshadow, and I'm going to be putting that all over the lid. And these things are freaking amazing. I absolutely love them. I'm also using a brush with it just to make sure that the line is more precise between my crease and my lid. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking that last brush I used that's a lot more dense. It's just a little blending brush. And I'm just going to be making sure that the Brownie Points again is blended with the Stila Kitten Karma. Now I'm taking a even smaller, denser brush from Sigma, the Mrs. Bunny collection, and I'm taking the color Crystal and using that as a highlight in the palette in my inner corner, and just really packing that color in the inner corner because I love a bright white inner corner. I think it's so pretty. And now I'm going to be using this flat shader brush, and this is from Morphe, and I like to highlight with this sometimes on my brow bone. Okay, now I'm just taking a blending brush that for the most part is clean and just blending out the harsh line between my highlight, my brow bone, and the eyeshadow in my crease. Making sure it really looks blown out and diffused and just very, very pretty. Now I'm using a little tiny shader brush. I'm taking Brownie Points again, and I'm just going right underneath my bottom lashes and just shading right there, and taking a little bit of Are You Kidding Me, putting that more towards the middle. Apparently I covered my eyeball. And just to mimic those colors that are in the crease, and I'm doing the exact same thing on the other side. Also using the Laura Mercier, I don't know what this is called. It's like it looks like it's translucent powder, but it's a highlighter, and it's called Candlelight or something. And it's just like a really natural looking highlight that you can build up to look super glowy, or make it look like really like simple and not noticeable if you don't like a lot of highlight. I love a lot of highlight though, and it's almost like a rose gold tone. But yeah, I just highlight in between my eyebrows, down my nose, and on my forehead too, and get a little bit on the tip right there. And I'm putting it on my chin as well. Now I'm using my Hangover Too Faced setting spray. And now I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 lip liner in Uptight. This is my favorite color. And I do overline my lips. It's amazing. I love to overline. Sorry to people who don't, but I just love it so much. Okay, now I'm taking the Uptight lipstick. This is a Comfort Matte. And again, it's Urban Decay. It's amazing. Now I'm taking the one of the new Becca lip toppers. It's the clear one that has like gold flakes in it. And yeah, that's the finished look. And I will list everything down below. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video. See you guys.